Right. So subjects. What do we actually do in politics, Ben?
So we cover three key papers that you're examined on, and we go through in lessons, going through each paper, the content for each paper, and those three are the UK politics, US politics, and then the third paper covers ideologies. And so within each paper, we cover topics such as prime ministers, presidents, the Supreme Court of both nations, and then other factors such as devolution, for example, in the UK. And then we'll look at different policies across those areas, and we analyse each how well they've worked and what could be improved and things like that.
Excellent. Good. Anything to add to that? So the first year it's about UK politics. Second year it's
You do US and the ideologies. So you look at three core modules, and then you get to choose between anarchism and feminism, and this year we're doing anarchism.
excellent. Good. Anything to add to that, guys? So moving on. What skills do you really need? What qualities do you need? Sort of, a good for politics.
So you need to be quite analytical because you're going to be looking at the ways in which governments work and how departments will interact with one another, and how, for example, laws are passed. You need to be analytical of how effectively legislation is put through Parliament or passed by Congress. You also need to be quite open-minded, so you can take on board other people's views. As loads of people are going to have loads of different beliefs regarding the same issues, and also you need to be quite resilient because there's a lot of extra reading around the subject, just so you can build up a depth of knowledge that will help you in exams.
Good. Excellent. Anything to add, Ben, Alex?
I mean, if you're thinking of doing A-level politics, I would highly recommend that you're very regularly reading the news and keeping informed, because a very important part of the subject is making sure that you know what's going on in the world. So you should be watching the news every night, checking out the BBC News website or something every morning, just making sure that you're on top of everything that's going on in the world.
Good. Thanks for that. Lessons. What happens in lessons, Alex? Do you want to take us through?
So what we normally have is, we'd either prepare for the lesson beforehand by reading from the textbook, getting some knowledge beforehand so that we can come to the lesson and sort of add to the debate, and then in the lesson we'll sort of go back over it to sort of reinforce that knowledge, talk about debate it, talk about it, sort of check to see that everybody has as many sort of facts and stuff they can, and make sure that everybody's knows what they're talking about, and sort of talk about different sort of examples of the topic they're on and such as well.
Good. Anything else, guys?
Well, just today we've been doing some presentations, and so we'll do a few of those throughout the course, and just to mix up the way we're teaching our own class, and just so we've done presidents and prime ministers, for example. We'll use documentaries or lots of video clips to flip the teaching in the classroom.
Good. Excellent. Thanks for that. Why do you enjoy the subject? Do you enjoy the subject? Hopefully you do. Any thoughts on that?
I mean, I really enjoy the subject. It's definitely my preferred subject out of the three I do. And I think I personally want to have a career in politics down the line, so I really enjoy kind of learning and studying how the government works. But also, I think if you're not thinking of a career in politics, it's still a very useful subject to take, because it helps broaden your understanding of the world and how the country works. It's very useful information for later life.
Good. Anything to add to that?
I'd say it's definitely useful for if you're looking at degrees such as law or politics itself or economics, history. They all kind of link in quite well together, so it's a really useful choice if you're thinking of anything like that.
Yeah, politics provides the skills you need at university. With the idea of writing essays, it will give you really good practice that can actually help in other subjects, as Ben said.
And if you're a scientist, if you're doing mostly sort of STEM subjects, math, science, then it can be good to have an essay subject. Universities like that. It's a good skill to sort of complement, a more mathematical or scientific course.
Definitely.
I'd say also that it sort of means that you're more open-minded towards other people's sort of opinions for future life, because you're obviously going to run into people with drastically different views to you, and due to the environment we're in, you'll come across those already, and you'll come across them frequently, and so it won't be a big shock to you if someone has a completely different belief to you.
Excellent. Yeah, thank you for that. Why would you recommend the subject? Any sort of final thoughts on that, by way of summary?
I mean, I think it's a very good subject for developing your educational skills, so you get much better at analysis and essay writing. It's also a very good subject to help you understand the wider world around you, so it'll give you good skills and knowledge going into adult life.
Good.
I think it's a good subject if you are looking to take a politics degree at uni, or if you're wanting to look into a political career in the future. It's good to get a base of knowledge before you do go into uni, as some places may not offer foundation courses.
I'd say it's just a really interesting subject overall as well, and just definitely a really wise choice to make.
Ben, Mia, Ben, and Alex, thank you very much indeed.